Hello, my sweet friends, and welcome back. You are watching day 11 of our 12 Days of Christmas in July series. If you're just getting started, you can find links for the first 10 days at the top of the description so you can get caught up. And if you're new around here, welcome. I hope you will consider hitting that subscribe button to join our crafty little family. For today's project, this is my favorite kind of card making to do. I have lots of layers, lots of trims, so many flowers, all the details, all the bells and whistles. Literally, I put a bell right here on top. And this is my favorite kind of card making to do. So we're going to create this card. Now, for today's question of the day, I would love to know, if you decorate your home for the holidays, how soon do you get started? When my kids were little, I used to start very early and put trees in just about every room. I had a lot more energy back then, and there were lots of people coming and going, and it made a lot more sense to have all the decorating out early. So sometimes I started before Thanksgiving. Now my sons are grown. One has been married for several years, and Army son is going to be stationed outside the state before Christmas. So it's just Tech Hubby and I this year. I'm not sure how much we will be decorating. We'll have a little bit of something out, but nothing like we have done in years past. So let me know in the comments, when do you start decorating for the holidays? Okay, let's get started on our project. Okay, so we're going to get back into that Rosy Cosy Christmas Collection from P13. I've got that 12 by 12 paper pack that we worked with for the very first video. We made that planner. And then I also picked up the journal cut aparts from Christmas Treats. That is also from P13. What I liked about these are the fact that the background is white, and that makes them very ideal if you like to fussy cut the images out. So for instance, on this car, if you were to put this whole block down, it would take up a good chunk of your background, but you could fussy cut around that, leaving a white border so it looks like ephemera, and then it would be much more in scale with your project, and then have more room to show the background layers. So that's what I did. I cut out one of these journal cards, and that inspired my project for today. And it is a 6x6 top folding greeting card. I went ahead and finished the inside with the collection paper, and I'll come back in later to add a section for a sentiment to be added. But I'm going to start layering on the front now, and I'll use that same gorgeous holiday colored plaid with the reds and the greens. I'm using my jelly bean green cardstock from Cardstock Warehouse for all these layers. Works so perfectly with the vintagey vibe of this collection. Here is a layering pattern, and I've got that up on a foam spacer so that I can begin to develop some dimension. It still has that cardstock border, so it's definitely going to pop off of the background. I wanted to add a secondary layering stripe here, and I'm going to just use the border at the top and utilize the border that's already here on the bottom and just line that right up. So I've got my English Tea Party doily die cut from crisp white cardstock, and that helps to break up those busy paper patterns in the back just a little bit. And I'm going to use another die cut. This is a scalloped edge circle with a stitching detail. It has a very subtle print. I don't know how well the camera picks that up. So it is a pattern, but it isn't a contrasting one, and that will help our focal image really be the star of the front of this card. This is the sleigh that I cut from that cut apart journal card, and I just went ahead and added enough of that border around so that it would look like a ready-made piece of ephemera. Because this is a little bit heavier on the left-hand side, I'm going to offset that just a little bit because I have quite a large flower arrangement to add, and I want to make sure that I have room for all of these layers. Here is that arrangement. I really went all in for the elements for this. So these flowers are all from Little Birdie Crafts, and I have alternated in some die cut foliage. Here's pine branches and then some flourishes that I usually do. I went ahead and cut them from different shades of green so they would be much more noticeable. I put some gold netting in there, or tulle, just to act as a filler. Here are my loopy twine bows, and then I put in some snowflake die cuts. These are from Whimsy Stamps, and they're my favorite. They're very detailed, but they're not fragile, so I can get them back out of the die easily. And then I've added another leaf up here closer to the center of the arrangement, and this one is cut from the most gorgeous green glittery cardstock I could find. It came from Michael's, and I picked that up yesterday, and I couldn't wait to cut into it. I was worried it would be too thick, but it worked beautifully, and I love that shade of green. So that really helps to bring in some detail and sparkle back into the center of this arrangement. So white flowers and red kind of all balance out, with this large red being my anchor flower. Has that beautiful rosebud detail in the middle, and lots of gold stamens for an extra added bit of sparkle in the center. And then I got basically the same thing on this side, and I worked that into an angle so that I can work it around and it will hug the bottom of my arrangement here. This is my favorite type of arrangement to make. It's very full, has a lot of details, and many layers. So that is my flower arrangement for this side. We've got to balance it over here, and I pulled a token from my Tim Holtz Christmas tokens. It just has season greetings stamped into the metal, and I'll hold that in place here and set my string into some glue so that I can secure it right where I want it to fall. To finish the top, I have a little bow here tied with some burgundy wrinkle ribbon, topped with a loopy twine bow, and instead of a regular traditional button, I put in a white jingle bell, and that will cover the cut edge of that string. And last but not least, I've got some pretty little buttons to add to the bottom. And that is all for our card for day 11. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you come back tomorrow for day 12. Leave me a comment and a big thumbs up for this tutorial. Remember, you can find links to all this product as well as our social media sites in the description below. If you're not already, I would love for you to subscribe. And as always, I'm wishing you a happy and productive day, and I thank you so much for watching. Bye!